can't be sisters because we argue. I'm sick of it, man. I'm trying too hard.
You are. You're trying for the bitches. I see.
We've been acting like this for what, 6 years?
6 years.
Now, it ain't always right. I'll be the first one to say,
Let
I'm on
that
the
pass.
And if you could forgive her for the lies she told on you and the fights
I told him.
Yes, you did. You know you did. Come on now. We're not going to have this conversation. But for you to forgive her, we should all be able to forgive. We all going to be able to forgive.
Dr. Heavenly has long built her reputation as the no-nonsense, tell-it-like-it-is woman of Married to Medicine. For years, she's been quick to call out her castmates on their marriages, finances, and private lives, never holding back and rarely showing any empathy. At the same time, she's always painted her own relationship with her husband, Dr. Damon, as nothing short of flawless. She constantly praises him, calling him a saint, and insists that their marriage is the gold standard. But now, that picture-perfect love story is starting to show some serious cracks. Recently, Mariah, another cast member with a rocky history with Heavenly, dropped some shocking details about Damon that have fans buzzing.
Why is everything against me? Tell her.
That you lied.
I don't, but this is what I'm not going to take on. I don't.
You got receipts on my husband.
I do.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie.
Just because your husband cheated, don't mean mine did. You ain't got no fucking receipts on my husband. You're a liar.
This wasn't just typical reality show drama. What Mariah said came across as deliberate, detailed, and most of all, believable. She didn't sound like someone simply stirring the pot for attention. She spoke with the confidence of someone who knows things she's apparently been keeping under wraps for a while. And if her claims are true, then Dr. Heavenly's carefully constructed narrative is on the verge of falling apart. There's an old saying, the louder someone brags, the more they might be hiding. And Heavenly has certainly bragged. She's made it clear over the years that she believes her marriage is above scrutiny. She often uses it to contrast the so-called dysfunction in others' lives, whether that's Toya's money troubles or Contessa's marital issues.
I come with receipts and motherfucking invoices. Believe it. I come with receipts and motherfucking invoices. No,
You's a lying dirty bitch. I don't even do liars like that.
Heavenly's style has always been to hit where it hurts, often going beyond playful jabs into full-on attacks. What makes this all more intense is that whenever her own husband comes up in conversation, she becomes extremely guarded, even aggressive. That over-the-top protectiveness has always seemed off. Then Mariah came forward with an accusation that stunned everyone. She said Dr. Damon has a thing for younger women, particularly white women. And she didn't say it like it was a wild guess or careless rumor. She said it with purpose, like she had the receipts to back it up.
This is how I found out. He didn't initially tell me first.
Oh, come on.
You didn't. I learned about it on freaking social. The girl said she had receipts. She was gonna send it to the shade room, and I came to you and I told you.
I'm gonna tell you.
That's how I found out.
When was this?
This was very much so recent, and so
It wasn't very much recent. It's been about a year ago.
It was very recent.
That's recent.
Very recent.
That's recent.
So instead of my husband taking possibly a courteous approach and taking ownership for what he had done, he blamed it on me and came home and said, so you gonna help me or what?
She didn't shy away from it. In fact, she stood her ground and referenced past situations where Damon's behavior may have raised questions. The way she described it made it seem deeply personal, not just gossip. That level of specificity made it hard to ignore. It didn't feel like someone spreading lies, it felt like someone finally telling their side of a long-held truth. And here's where it gets even more suspicious. Instead of brushing off the claims with humor or calmness, Heavenly's response was intense. She didn't laugh it off. She didn't deny it and move on. Instead, she got angry, defensive, and, some would say, unhinged. That kind of reaction raises eyebrows. Why get so worked up if there's nothing to hide? Then there's the way Heavenly herself has talked about cheating over the years. In one moment, she casually mentioned that if Damon ever cheated, she'd still stay with him. Think about that. Why bring that up if you haven't already considered the possibility? That statement alone suggests she's at least thought about it, maybe even prepared for it. Let's not forget another story she told early on. She once hit Damon with a frying pan because he came home later than she expected. At the time, she laughed it off and framed it as a silly moment between spouses. But when you really look at it, it speaks to a deeper issue: control, insecurity, maybe even fear. Was it really about being late, or was there more going on behind the scenes? That kind of reaction doesn't come from nowhere. It usually comes from anxiety, maybe about being betrayed or losing your place in someone's life. These little anecdotes about the pan, about staying after cheating, about what she'd do to keep her man start to paint a picture. A woman who presents herself as confident and in control might actually be struggling with fear and insecurity behind the scenes. Another strange story that fans haven't forgotten is the spaghetti joke. Heavenly once made a comment about putting something special in her food to keep Damon faithful. It was said as a joke, of course, but people raised their eyebrows. That's not something you casually say unless there's something deeper behind it. Many brushed it off, assuming she was just being dramatic for laughs. But others weren't so quick to dismiss it. Some even brought up old superstitions or cultural practices about controlling men through cooking. Whether she was serious or not, the fact that she keeps returning to these kinds of comments tells us a lot about her mindset and maybe even her marriage. What's really wild is that Mariah could have exposed this a long time ago, but she didn't. According to her, she kept the information to herself out of respect for Damon and for their marriage. She claimed she didn't want to embarrass Heavenly publicly, even though the two have had a long-standing rivalry. That restraint makes her recent decision to speak out even more impactful. It feels calculated, not just petty drama. It feels like Mariah had enough of Heavenly's high horse attitude and decided it was time to pull the curtain back. There's also the infamous frat brother incident. Apparently, there was a night when Damon couldn't be reached, and the explanation was that he was out with frat brothers. But insiders have hinted that not everyone bought that excuse. Some fans questioned whether Damon was really just out with friends or if something more was going on. It added fuel to the rumors, especially when Mariah's claims surfaced not long after. Now, there have even been whispers on social media, some wild, others downright disturbing. Allegations about Damon possibly being involved with younger women, and even rumors involving biracial children, have made their way into online conversations and within the cast circle. None of this has been proven, of course, but the fact that these rumors persist says something. Where there's smoke, people start wondering if there's fire. All of this leaves us with one big question: is Heavenly's perfect marriage really what it seems? Or has she been covering up issues for years while pointing fingers at everyone else? Mariah's decision to come forward has shaken the dynamic of Married to Medicine in a major way. Whether this is just another chapter in their long feud or the beginning of a complete unraveling, one thing is clear: Dr. Heavenly can no longer avoid the spotlight she's been so quick to shine on others. Now, we wait to see how it all unfolds. Will Heavenly finally open up about what's really going on? Or will she double down and try to silence the rumors? Either way, the truth is starting to surface, and people are paying attention. Dr. Heavenly's constant denials and fierce defensiveness have only made fans more curious and more suspicious. One fan summed it up perfectly: Mariah has no reason to lie. Heavenly's always tearing down other people's marriages, but now she can't face the truth about her own. And honestly, that's the sentiment that's spreading like wildfire across social media. Another viewer pointed out the obvious: if Dr. Damon really is innocent, then why is Heavenly reacting so aggressively? That frat brother excuse doesn't sit right, and Mariah sounds way too sure of herself to just be making stuff up. These are fair questions, and the more Heavenly tries to dodge them, the more people start to connect the dots themselves. Here's the thing: Dr. Heavenly has always been bold when it comes to dragging other people's personal lives into the spotlight. Whether it's Toya's finances or Contessa's marriage, she never holds back. She calls it keeping it real, but when the tables are turned and the questions are aimed at her, she suddenly gets quiet, defensive, and even angry. That shift in energy doesn't go unnoticed. It creates a double standard, one where she expects everyone else to be transparent while guarding her own truth like it's a national secret. That hypocrisy is what really rubs people the wrong way. Fans aren't just reacting to the rumors, they're reacting to the lack of accountability. If Heavenly can dish it out, shouldn't she be able to take it too? And while some viewers believe Mariah is just playing the long game and stirring up old drama, Others are convinced there's truth buried beneath the surface truth that's starting to leak through the cracks of Heavenly's carefully curated marriage narrative. What's undeniable is the impact this bombshell has had. The dynamics of Married to Medicine are shifting, and fast. Friendships are being tested. Alliances are starting to crumble. Even some marriages might be feeling the pressure as more rumors and revelations come out. And let's be honest, this kind of drama is exactly what keeps us tuning in week after week. So, here's the real question: is this the beginning of the end for Dr. Heavenly's perfect image? Or is this just another roller coaster loop in the wild ride of reality TV? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the tension is real, and the stakes are higher than ever. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe what Mariah is saying? Or do you think this is just another petty feud blown out of proportion? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'll be reading and replying. And don't forget, there's definitely more drama on the way, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you're the first to know when the next twist drops. Thanks for watching, and get ready, because the mess is just getting started.